start the show. Step back, mama, let's start the show. Step back, mama, let's start the show. Get up, get down, shake it, get lost in the sound. That's right, little lady. We're talking about blues.
Okay, so with our muddy, we're just going to chuck it in the freezer. And we'll come back in about half an hour and see if he's gone to sleep. So we've taken our muddy out now and he's off to sleep. If we didn't put him in the freezer, we wouldn't be out. I wouldn't be doing this, would I? Oh! Alright, now we're up to cooking. So what I got here is a 7.5 litre stainless steel stock pot, and you're going to bring your water to a rolling boil, like that is there. Other two things we're going to need is salt. You can use rock salt. This is just table salt. I didn't have any rock salt there. And another trick that not too many people use, but I've been using it since I was a kid, is brown sugar. Brown sugar will add to the water and that'll help to sweeten up the crab. Crab meat's already pretty sweet, but this will sweeten it up a bit more. Alright, so we'll add in our salt. And then we'll add in some brown sugar. I don't usually measure it, so I don't know how much I put in. There's what, a pinch. 2 pinches, a little bit more, 2.5 pinches, there you go, that's enough. Give that a bit of a stir up. And we'll leave that for about a minute just to make sure it all mixes in. Alright, we've taken our crab out of the freezer now. Put them in the freezer instead of putting them straight into the pot. You know, besides the obvious reason that it's a quick death compared to boiling alive. But when you put them in the freezer, they just drift off to sleep. And if you were to put them in the pot, they release a chemical because it stresses them out and it makes the meat not as good. So now we're going to chuck it in our stock pot. Turn that heat down a little bit. And not to mention, it's a lot easier chucking them in the pot when they're in the freezer as well, because they're not thrashing about. Alright, there we go. So we're going to leave that in there for about 20 minutes. General rule of thumb is boil them for about 18 to 20 minutes per kilogram. Alright, so our crab's just about finished boiling. What I've got here is a tub of ice cold water. We're going to want to drop our crab into that to stop the cooking process from happening. Alright, so it's been 20 minutes. I've just emptied out the water here. So we're going to grab our crab. Grab our crab out and drop him straight into that ice water. And we're just going to let that sit there for a little bit, about a minute or two, just to let it cool down a bit, then we're going to gut him. Hey. Go on, get out of it.